Hey lovely humans, I've returned. I'm sorry I didn't make a video last week because I was busy. I just had a house inspection. And yeah, it was just so stressful. I was just constantly cleaning everything, so everything looks quite nice down here. Surprisingly, because it usually looks like a tip. So I'm very, very happy that now it's all over. I can just relax and everything will be fine. And yes, I'm not wearing my headdress today, my weave as I say, because I couldn't really be bothered. I'm just so tired and I just want to update everything and just make a video because I haven't done it for a while. So I thought, why not? Let's just do this. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about Halloween, my favorite time of the year. And I don't know why. Maybe it's because I can be someone else. I can actually dress up as a comic book character or a video game character and not look like a crazy bitch. So pretty much it's the only time I can feel kind of, happy in my own skin. But I wanted to share some stories with you today. Some interesting stories from my, Halloween gone past. And not all of them have been fantastic. Like, I've had some great Halloweens, don't get me wrong, like parties and stuff where I had awesome outfits and all that, but these three are the worst of the worst. So I'm going to start from the beginning. My worst one ever would have to be when I was about 6 years old, and I didn't really have a costume. I was just invited out of pity to go to this trick-or-treating party. And I was like, okay, what am I going to wear? So Mum got a sheet, cut some holes out of it. Then all of a sudden, I'm a ghost. So I was a ghost for one of my first trick-or-treating things ever. And it was horrible because all the girls were like princesses and witches and all the pretty things and fairies and all that. And I was a ghost. Two, we walked around for hours getting candy from everyone. Hours and hours and hours. And I kept tripping over the bottom because the sheet was so big, so I kept coming off and I couldn't see, so I walked into things, and I actually walked into a pole that day, and the mum felt so sorry for me that she had to hold my hand the whole night, and I just felt horrible, but I was so happy that I got lollies out of it. I was very, very happy about that. Anyway, that was the first thing my first experience, really. And the other one that really comes to mind was when I was in year 5, so I would have been 11 years old, and I had this friend. She was in the year above me, and I had my other friend, Melissa, and Mijung, or she changed her name to Teresa, and Rose as well. And pretty much what we did was we went as cheerleaders. She wanted to be a sexy cheerleader because that's so cool, but I wanted to be something a bit more bloody, so I ended up having blood all over me and buying a lot of stuff from Supre. And we ended up, trick-or-treating. Everything was fine. We got heaps of lollies. One weird thing was we were invited in because they were having a dinner party and they gave us some cheese and let us leave, which was weird, but hey, that happens. Thank goodness I live in a nicer area of Sydney, otherwise I would not have gone in. Anyway, that was the first time I ever watched my first horror movies. We watched The Grudge and The Ring, and oh my god, I did not sleep, literally, I did not sleep properly for about a year and a half, 2 years. I had to go to a counsellor because I wouldn't sleep, because I was scared some creepy Japanese girl was going to come out of my TV. Now it's my favourite movie of all time, but I could not sleep. And she was fine afterwards. She was talking to her mates on the phone, and it was 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was just sitting there traumatised. I wouldn't even watch half of it because I had my eyes closed, and I just couldn't stand it. It was just the most horrible feeling in the world, going to sleep that night thinking that some creepy Japanese girl's going to come through the TV and kill you, and then it lasts for years to come, hence why I always look like I'm really, really, really tired. And the final one I was going to talk about is another one when it includes horror movies, so the day wasn't bad. I had a couple of good friends in high school, and one of the girls said, hey, all of you come over for a sleepover, we'll watch horror movies and, eat lollies and stuff and just, screw around and be idiots all night and run around the streets, as you do. So we end up wearing stupid wigs and getting chips and movies and stuff. The usual as, young 15-year-olds do. And pretty much we end up watching horror movies again. And the worst parts of it all is we watched The Ring again. I was fine with it. I actually really liked it that time. We watched another horror movie called Dead Silence, which is by the same guy, not Leigh Whannell, James Wan. He did Insidious, and he did Saw, he did the original Saw and everything. They're fantastic writers. and they make the most amazing horror movies. I don't know why I usually shouldn't be scared because I should know what's going to happen, but that scared the bejesus out of me because I actually had a clown in my room that's like one of those dolls in the thing, and it was all over for me, pretty much. I just did not want to watch it. I did not sleep that night. It was horrific. Absolutely horrific. Plus, my friend came around on the glass door, sliding door, because we're in like a garage. We had a sliding door, and she came around when we thought she went to the toilet and scared shit out of us, because she had really long hair, so she put it in front of her face and just went BAM, and everyone screamed, and never again. Now I'm okay with horror movies. They're my favourite. I know they're not real. I'm not as young and influenced by everything kind of thing, but it just kills me. I'm just looking forward to this year, to be honest, because my best mate's coming down, which I can't wait to see her again. And we're going to go out and have a few drinks and just hang out pretty much. Nothing crazy. I'm probably going to go as Alice Madness Returns this year. I was going to go as Carrie. I was still figuring it out. Another thing that we want to do is Jay and Silent Bob, but the female versions, and that would have been awesome. Or Daria and Jane from Daria. But we're still figuring it out, I guess. We'll get there. We'll get there. Anyway, that's all I have today. I'm sorry it's so quick and just, me rambling as usual, but I'm just tired, and now I'm going to go and rest and not worry about people coming to kick me out of the house. So that's going to be great. Anyway, I'll see you next week, lovely humans. Please like and sub if you enjoyed this, and I shall see you soon.